Good morning and good evening, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, few people got the job opportunities I have shared, and one more guy is going to be receiving one more offer letter. I'm going to be sharing with you once he sent. So today we'll talk about filtering. So what is a data type? So we discussed, right? So industry has or the globe has different varieties of data, different categories of data. If you don't, categorize the data, you will not be able to do lot of, you know, uh, visualization. Lot of visualizations cannot be shown easily. So it is it is important that you have to maintain proper data types before you doing the aggregations or before you wanted to show the data to the customer. It is important that you have to categorize or you have to maintain that types. So data type is not the concept in Power BI. It is there in everywhere. You learn C language, Python language, or Android, or SSIS, or SQL Server. Everywhere there is a topic called data types. IT industry, you take anything. You take SAP, you take mainframe course, any course you take, compulsorily you are going to be learning a concept called data type, because IT industry is going to be dealing with the data. No data, no IT industry. Remember, IT industry will have a lot of applications. We'll have a SAP, we'll have a Java, we'll have a .NET, we'll have Android, we'll have Angular JS. We'll have a lot of applications because all these applications are going to deal with only one thing, that is data. Because I told you many times, IT stands for what? Information technology. Information can be derived from data only. So without data, IT industry is not going to be there. And only to process data, we have a C, we have a C++, we have a Java, we have a .NET, we have Angular JS. End of the day, all the things, Power BI, MS BI, data warehousing, Hadoop, data science, data analytics, Angular JS, SAP, mainframe, Blackstone, black box, ETL, whatever you think, reporting, right? Artificial intelligence, whatever you think, all of them have to use data only. Okay. If data means you have to know about data types. So IT industry is doing only one thing, storing data, processing of the data. Storing the data will be done by SQL and data warehousing. Processing of the data will be done by C, C++, Java, .NET, blah, blah, blah. Remember, clear? So IT industry is going to be dealing with only two types of the functionality. One is data, the second one is called processing of data, storing of data. Data management means what? DBMS means data management services, means storing data, retrieving data, storing data, retrieving data. That is what one functionality of IT industry. Second functionality, we are going to be processing the data. That is what can be done with the help of what? A languages or other applications. Now why filtering is important, let us understand. So filtering can be used, let us see. Filter the data. Why you wanted to filter the data? Load the subset of a data from data sources using filters. So company has given you 10 million rows. So 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs in India. 10 million means 1 crore. 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs in India. Remember this, right? You have to know. 1 second is equivalent to how many milliseconds? It is not 60. It is not 60 milliseconds. It is how many? 1000 milliseconds. Okay. You have to know at least these kind of things. 1 second is equivalent to 1000 millisecond. 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs. 10 million means 1 crore. Remember this. 10 million means what, Nana? 1 crore. So when you have 10 million rows or 5 million rows, you have, but out of 5 million rows, you have to get only 2 million rows and do lot of data reporting on this data. You wanted to filter the data. So that is the purpose we are going to be using this. Sometimes the Amazon company may give you a sales data, but complete sales data is 5 million data, but you have to take only India data and do the analytics on this. So India data is 2 million data. So how do you filter? You need to use a country equals to India. Remaining data will be completely gone. So you are going to be filtering the data and doing a lot of reporting. Many times we don't use all the data, or sometimes filter unwanted data, bad data, error data. Sometimes customer will say you remove the bad data or you remove the error data. Bad data means sometimes duplicated data. Sometimes you will get lot of issues. For example, I have some data like this. I have employee ID, I have employee name, employee salary, employee gender, employee ID 1, let us say Ram, 1000, salary some 1000, gender, let us say male, right? I have two, Salman, and let us say salary this much, and male. I have Mary, $1,000, and she's a female. I have some date, but sometimes you will be able to get the same data again duplicated. Now you tell me you remove this data or not. So it is a duplicate data. Whatever be the reason, there are some 10 million rows. Nobody knows what is duplicated, what is not duplicated. I have 4 rows, I can easily identify. But if you have 10 million data, can you identify with your eyes? It is impossible. But how do you clean the data? You need to ask a computer to clean the data. So that is what is called bad data. So this is a bad data. Why bad it is? It is error data. So this is error data, or it is a bad data. So bad means it is not really bad, but it is duplicate unwanted data. Or you have one more data like that, say Lakshmi, and you got female, and you got some 1400. Now tell me, this is a good data, bad data? This is also bad data. Why this is a bad data? Because the data, first you need to have salary, then next you have gender, but it is reversed, right? So it is completely bad data, right? Or sometimes you may be getting a blank data. For example, current. So you have male some 1200. This is the correct data, but you don't get any data. You get only commas like this. 5 comma 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 comma. Now what is this? This is what is called as a blank data. You will be able to see all these things in your real time. So this is also called as a error data, blank data, bad data. So whatever you wanted to call this, right? Because if you don't clean the data, what happens? So data is wrong. You have taken the bad data, created the reports, you get the bad outputs. When you take bad data, you cannot expect the correct output, right? If you take a bad potato, do you think that you will get a good, dish from the bad potato? You don't get it. So it is important that mother is going to be verifying whether the vegetables are clean or not. If it is clean, she is going to be making the food. Otherwise, she is going to be cutting that and throwing that out. Because at the time of preparing the food, we are going to be removing. It could be a damaged leaves or a completely spoiled, potato, spoiled tomato. We are going to be removing, because if you don't clean, whatever goes in will be coming out. So if you put the bad potato, you will get the bad taste, right? So that is what is important. You have to filter sometimes to remove the bad rows from the existing data. So you will be able to get the final data. Only this remaining data will not be taken into the Power BI. You are going to be taking only that. Filter unwanted data, bad data, error data. Take only that. You inform the customer, sir, you sent me 1 million rows or 10 million rows. Out of that, 90% of the data is clean, but 10% of the data is bad. So that I have removed. The customer, yes. So no problem. That is right thing. So Customer may ask you what is the bad data you have removed, means that you can give it, no problem, but you have to filter the data. So, and after that you create a reports. Am I clear? So that is what is need for filtering. So let me quickly open Power BI. Go to start, press Power BI. You will be able to get this. So let me close this window. I wanted to go to transform data. This is step number 1, right? Click on transform data. Now take some new source, take some Excel workbook. Now I'll go to D drive and take this adventure works data. I think everybody has this file. If you don't have this data, write a mail to me. You know my mail ID, right? What is my mail ID? You have my mail ID, bhaskarjogi@gmail.com or goonline.bhaskargmail.com. You write me email or you can ask in the Telegram group. Someone will share this with you, right? So make sure that you do the practice without fail. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to take the adventure works, or you can take anything, whatever you wanted to have, you can have it. So I'm going to be using employee or customer, whatever you wanted to have. I'm taking this time employee data. Okay. Let me show you what is the employee data contains. So let me open this. It has department data. I have department ID, department name. I have employee data, employee ID, employee name, department name, salary, bonus, gender, city in which this guy is, there, and the date of joining in the company. I have some data, very limited data, 35 rows are available, and department I have nine departments are available, right? So that's all. I'm going to be using this table and this table. Now let me close this sheet. Now department table, employee table, I'm going to be loading. You can also load any data. So fresh, get all the latest data from the table. Now you can also get one more Excel. Click on Excel workbook. This time I can also get adventure works data. Depends upon your wish. Whatever you wanted to load, all the data you should be able to load. Customer data, products data, sales data. I wanted to load it. So click on OK. So all the data, again, it is asking you to refresh. Now refresh once so that latest data from the Excel sheet will be loaded. So you have department data, employee data. So if you wanted to know Ashok Reddy, you need to call my my office phone numbers. They will be able to add you in the Telegram group. Ashok, you know my office number 90000 75637. You call this number, they will be able to add you in the Telegram group. Okay, na? Clear? You call this number after 11 o'clock today. Chalo. So guys, this is what you have. But if you wanted to see, you go to view menu. You have to go to view menu, click on query dependency. It will show you from which you are able to get what. So when you increase this one, so these two, department and employee, came from employee Excel sheet. And when you mouse over it, so from Adventure Works retail data, you got a customer table, products table, sales table. That you can get it where you need to go. From home, you go to view, click on query dependencies. So this is the one you have to click on. You will be able to get this window. Right now, I wanted to filter the data. If you observe carefully, I wanted to go and let us say get only one city data. So when you click on this triangle, you will be able to get lot of cities. Now I wanted to filter, get only some cities data, right? So some cities data means you can remove and you will be able to get, I need Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, something like that. I wanted to get only Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad data. Remaining data I'm going to be filtering. Like that, it is very, very simple. you can filter. So this is what is called basic level filtering. So you can filter the data. So this is what is called basic filtering. Okay, then you have a text filter. There's a small triangle button. So when you click on this, this is what is called advanced filtering. Clear? Filtering is two types. One is called basic filtering. The second one is called advanced filtering. So which one is good? So basic filtering is bad. Advanced filtering is very, very good. Always you have to use the advanced filtering, not the basic filtering. Why? I will tell you now. Right? So you have two types of filterings. One is called basic. In the basic, you will be able to go and you can check. I need Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad data. Now I have taken, click on this. Okay. Right. So I have taken this data. Now like that, it will be able to give you some kind of information. Right. Have you seen this? The filter is already applied. All the data it got filtered. Now it is applied on this column. Right. So if you wanted to modify or if you wanted to remove, simply go and remove this. So you will be able to get all the data. So if you wanted to get the basic filtering, simply you go there. You will be able to simply whatever you need, remove everything. I need only this city's data. Simply click on OK. You will be able to get this data like this. Or if you wanted to tomorrow modify, click on this. You will be able to do the modifications and everything here as well. Or if you wanted to remove everything, you can remove that step. You will get back all the data. I wanted to get, let us say, I wanted to simply go and click on gender. I wanted to get only male data or female data. You can filter like this. The filter, this is one filter, and after that I would like to go and apply second filter, and within that I wanted to get only Hyderabad and Kashmir. That's it. So first filter is this, second filter is this. So like that you will be able to apply all the filters. You can also remove the filter. You will be able to remove all the filters. Clear? So you can apply the filter on the one column or multiple columns. So whatever you wanted to do, you can do it here. It is very simple, not at all complex. You can go, you can filter the data. I wanted to click on this. I wanted to only go get department number 10, 20, 40 and 50. Remaining things I don't need. This is a basic level filtering. I will be able to get like this, right? So like that, if you wanted to change tomorrow, you can go there and add, or you can remove, or simply remove entire thing. You will be able to get it like that. You can go to any table. You can go to customer table. I have a lot of regions are available. I wanted to have Central Japan. So a lot of regions are available. So Central East Japan. I wanted to get these Central East Japan and North. This data I wanted to get it. So I wanted to use basic filtering. I wanted to use what? Basic filtering. I have given this kind of an option. What I need central data, east data, Japan data, north data. I don't need any other data. Only these four. Remember, what are the things? Central, east, Japan and north. I don't need anything else. I have I have unselected this. So this is what is called basic filtering. But as I told you, basic filtering you should not use. So but I have used it. So basic filtering is not so good. So always you go in for this kind of a filtering. But I have done it. Why it is not good, I will tell you now. So I need only Central, East, Japan, North. Only this one, right? Let me click on OK. Now what I do, I have got only this data. Remaining data is gone, right? So only these four. Now what I do, I go to my table. What is my table? Adventure Works data. If you modify something here, what are the modification you can do? You can go to Excel, click on filter. Now come down, come this side. Where? In the customer table. I am in the customer table, and from this side to last, when you come, you will be able to get. You have all of them, right? What I'm trying to do, I am going to be modifying some data. I am going to be saying AAA, or I am showing AA. Some data I'm going to be modifying. If I modify the data, whatever it is, I'm going to be modifying AAA, right? I have modified. So I close this. I save this. I close this. When you modify any data, how to get the latest data? You have to click on refresh, right? When you click on refresh, again, latest data you will be able to get. According to us, you have to get only Central, East, Japan and North. AAA you should not get it because that you don't need, because you have selected only this and you should not get AAA, right? Now, what I do, I will be able to simply refresh. Refreshing means get the latest data. Whenever you modify data in the source, if you wanted to get, you need to click on this and refresh preview. Preview means whatever you have selected, that will get refreshed. So click on this. Now refresh preview means this table will get refreshed. Refreshed means all the data will be again loaded, reloaded. Refresh all means all the tables will be reloaded. So you can put only this table or all the tables. Now you see it is also got selected. I have modified, but earlier my requirement was Central, East, Japan and North. When I refresh, this is also taken. This is also taken because I told you basic thing will not work as you understand. Why it is not, why it is behaving like this, let me show you. Whenever you, whenever you create a basic filtering, it is going to be creating a M language. In the M language, what kind of expression it is writing, you understand. It is writing region is equals to not equals to south, region does not equals to west. So what was the thing it was writing? It is not writing, region equals to central or region equals to east or region equals to Japan or region equals to north. It is not writing using a or clause. It is writing where region does not equals to south, does not equals to west, because it wanted to minimize the coding. It want to minimize the coding. It was writing like this. When you write like that, then when you add AAA, it is not equals to south, it is not equals to west, it is got included. So this expression it is did not write properly. That is the reason it was not working properly. So this is not the best way to do it. So what I should do, I have to remove this. Now let me go. Let me go here. Click on text filters. This is advanced filters, right? So when you go here, click on equals to, let me say equals to, equals to central or equals to, let us say east. You don't have any or option, basic. So within the advanced, again basic and advanced is there. Basic only for two expressions. When you go for advanced, you can write multiple things. Region equals to central, region equals to east, and or region equals to Japan, or when you go and change region equals to, what is the next one? Central is Japan and North. So we need this. Click on close. Now if you understand, this is writing like this. Region equals to central or region equals to east or region equals to Japan or region equals to north. When you use advanced filtering, it's going to be writing the perfect M language code. But when you write the basic filtering, it is going to be minimizing the code. It is going to be writing something, south equals not, region does not equals to south, region does not equals to west, something like that. It may give you lot of other minus points. Clear? So always, so we have done it like that. And tomorrow you go and you should be able to modify anything. Where you need to go, you have to go and do it here, and you can write all the conditions, right? When you write the condition, afterwards you go there and open this, modify this data. It is not going to be getting any new data. So that is what is important. So always it is important that you need to have a advanced level filtering, right? That is what is very, very important. Never use basic filtering. Issues with the basic filtering, when you check multiple cities, it is going to be minimizing the code. So do it with the advanced filtering, right? Now Uh, Filters are case sensitive. What is the meaning? I go here. I want it to go to employee table, or you can go to customer table, and you come to the last and you want it to write a textual filtering. Go to equals to, now equals to region. This is the column name, it is there, equals to what? So you want it to write, you can choose central, or you can also type central, central. Now you click on OK, you are not getting any data. Why? Because the names are case sensitive. You have written a small central, but actually it was a capital C. When you choose like this, it is fine, but otherwise you will not be able to get. So you can just go and modify anything here. If you write remove this and a type like this, it is not going to be working fine, because which is a case sensitive. If you want to remove, you can remove this, you will be able to get the data. So I wanted to remove a. Where can I remove? Can I modify the data in Power BI? No, 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 no. Power BI, you cannot modify the data. Remember this point. You have a lunch party or dinner party, food party. So this is what is called your buffet, right? So you have a lot of food items are available here. You have a lot of chicken, vegetables, appetizers, desserts, sweets, curds, yogurt. Lot of sweets are available. This is what is the food. Everybody can go and you can get the data from. This is a source of data, source of food. So according to us, this is what is called a data source, from where we can get the data. So buffet is the food counter where you can go. So where will you go? You go and you will be able to take your plate, right? You go and you will be able to get some food. So you will have some food, you will have some food here, and you will have some food. That's it. So you are going to be filtering, and this is what is called Power BI. Power BI is your plate. Remember? So this is the customer, or this is the developer, that is you. So you are connected to this. Now always remember, this is the data source. You have a lot of data, but whatever you're filtering, whatever you wanted to have your food, only you get. What you do, you're going to be mixing. This is what is called lemon. This is what is called some food. You're going to be mixing. When you mix something here, when you add salt, when you add a lemon, when you do lot of transformations here, this data will not get modified. Remember, it is only one direction, but if you do anything here, this data will not go. Remember, many people will ask me, sir, if I do some modification, this data goes to no, back. No, 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 no. Just like a food counter, if you add a lemon, this lemon will not go here. Or if you don't like the food, will you be going back and putting the food into this? No, 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 no. We never go to the food counter and putting the food back. Clear? So always you will be able to get the data if you modify anything. If you're deleting some food from here, what is the meaning? You are deleting from the Power BI. That means you are deleting from your plate, right? But actually the food is available in the original data sources. Am I clear? You are not deleting anything from here, you are not modifying anything from here. So we are not touching, we are getting a copy of the data into the Power BI. We are only modifying in the Power BI. Power BI is your food plate, right? You go to the counter, get the food, you don't like, you remove from your plate. But you cannot say, I will do lot of I change the food here, I will take the food and I'll throw this out, people will kill you, right? So it is only one direction. So data sources to Power BI, if you delete the food, it will go to the dustbin directly, but it will not delete anything from the source data. Remember? So Power BI is only read only. You can modify the data, you can remove something here, but that is available only within your Power BI. Actual data will not get modified. So Power BI is going to be getting data in read-only mode. You cannot modify, you cannot delete, you cannot do any data changes here. Data changes can be done here, but only you can do adding some kind of a transformation, add some salt, add some lemon, something like that you can do, but not very, a lot of other changes you cannot do. So if you wanted to modify the data, where you need to go? You need to go here, modify the data. Data modification cannot be done in Power BI, right? You need to do, and you will be able to get all the data modifications. You can do it here. So I wanted to remove. So let me say central. I would like to control C, and everything is a central. I have modified this data in the source level, right? Source level only you should be able to modify, but not in the Power BI. So if you delete one column from Power BI that is there in the source, that will get deleted. For example, tomorrow I don't need this. I can remove this column, right? But it is deleted from the Power BI only. Again, refresh. So I'm able to get the latest data. Now latest data. If you want to remove one column, you can just remove the column from here. It does not mean that the data is gone from the original source. Original source, you have the same column. When you go to source, this is your, this one, you simply go and see. You have the region column is available in the Excel source, right? So, but the column is not available in your this one. So region column is available in the customer table, but when you go here, you don't have a region column that you have deleted, right? You can just verify the region column is not available here. So everything only you're removing from your plate. If you wanted to get it, you can again get this region table. So whatever you would like to have it. Remember that point. Now it is a case sensitive. This is how I have removed the data. I have added the data. Everything you're doing it from the Power BI. Power BI is not going to send the data back to the Excel. Power BI where you cannot modify the data. Modifications of the data has to be done in the data source level. That as a developer you don't do it. So data modifications has to be done by the customer only, right? So as a developer, we are not authenticated or authorized person to modify the data. We have to write a mail, sir, this data is not correct. Can you resend the data? Otherwise, I will be removing this row because it is not perfect row. I have the bad data received. I cannot modify the data. You modify the row and resend it once again. Or modify the data, resend the file once again. So that is what you need to request. So you are not the person you are going to be modifying the data. Then you will become data entry guy. You are not a data entry guy. You are a software developer. So never ever you are going to be modifying the data. This is a training. I am modifying the data, right? Since it is a training, I am modifying my own data, but in the real time, you always write a mail to the customer saying that, sir, this is the data, I got it. If the customer says, no problem, whatever be the bad data you have, you remove it. I cannot modify the data, chalega, no problem. So you only load the perfect data. Remaining data, we will send you after rectifying. You don't worry. Means you can continue further, right? So that is how you need to understand everything. So you cannot take any decision. So you need to again go to the customer and they will be able to send a lot of clarifications and everything. You need to make it and work with that. Okay. Now the next one I wanted to tell you that number data. When you go, uh, let me go to department table. It is a number data. You see some numbers. So when you go here, when you click on this, equals to, does not equals to, greater than or equals to, lesser than equals to, between. So I need equals to something. So a department equals to this, or department equals to this, like that you will be able to write. If you wanted to use multiple, if you wanted to use single column, I'm writing, I wanted to use multiple columns, you can use advanced. So you can say department ID equals to this, or and you can say department name equals to, right, civil. Like that you will be able to use multiple columns and everything. You can get the data. But remember, if it is a number column, you will be able to get this. If it is a textual data, you can see this. You will have begins with, does not begin with, ends with, does not end with, contains. So depends upon the data type, the columns, filters are going to change. Number data means greater than, lesser than. If it is a textual data, for example, department name begins with let us say capital C. So you will be able to get civil like that. So department name uh, ends with L. So you will be able to get civil like that. You will be able to write this kind of a things when you go to customer table. So I want you to know, go to first name, and I go here. I wanted to have textual data. It is begins with name, begins with capital J, right? So all this name John, Julio, Janet, so blah blah blah. Clear? So you can just remove or you can modify, end with O. You have any thing ends with O. You have anything? Yeah. Julio, Marco, like that. So name does not start with like that. All of them you will be able to do it. Does not begin with J. Okay, does not begin with J. So or capital J. I want to write like that. So like that, it is not going to be beginning with capital J. You can remove these filters if you want. Whatever you would like to have, numbered means different filters. Text data means different filters, right? Date filters. You have date and time data. For example, I have a sales where the order date is there. When the order has been placed, when you go, you will be able to get the basic filtering is useless, but let me go for advanced filtering. Equals to, before, after, between, is in the next, is in the previous, is earliest. Lot of things are available. Let me talk about one by one. So when you go to here, so equals to, so sales happened so and so date. You can choose some date. On this date, any sales happened. So it is going to be verifying no sales has happened. So that is equals to. Or in this date, before this date. So before this date, for example, you choose one date. Before this date, any sales has happened. All this date before that date only. Right? So all the data you will be able to get. After this date, any sales has happened like that. These are self-explanatory. After this date or between these two dates. For example, I wanted to know, you can click on, so you can give some dates, 2021, this two, and today. So between these two dates, do you have any sales? No, no sales, because I have data 2005 and 2008 data. It is not going to give you anything. Clear? So like that, you can have between operator. It is all of them are self-explanatory. I need not to worry, right? Now people may ask you, is in the next, is in the previous. What is the meaning? So any order is going to come. So next 1 month, or next one date, or next 1 hour, or any order placed is in the previous. Any order placed 3 days back. So this is what? Any order placed 3 days back. So when you go, you will be able to get any order placed, let us say 3 quarters back, any order placed 3 years back, or 10 years back, any order placed. So I wanted to have like that, right? So you will be able to have some due date, right? Whenever you make the payment to us, you give the due date. Sir, I'm going to be making the payment on January 10th. So our team is writing who's going to be paying the payments next week. So who's going to be paying the payment of next 3 days. So how do you write? Is in the next. Fee due amount is in the next 1 week. How many people are going to be making? Our next 2 weeks is in the next, means next 2 weeks. How many people are going to be making? Or how many people are going to making the payment tomorrow? Next one day. So this is the next. So how many people have made the payment? Is in the previous, means last one day, or last 10 days. How many people have purchased the data? So people may ask you, I wanted to have how many customers have purchased last 10 days. How do you show? Is in the previous 10 days. Or how many people have purchased last 10 months. So how do you do that? So is in the previous. Like that, you will be able to go and perform all these operations. Now, I wanted to go is in the next, is in the previous. Is earliest, is latest. So let me tell you what is earliest and what is latest. So is earliest means, okay, is earliest means minimum of date. Clear? Is latest means it is maximum date. Let me tell you what is the minimum date and what is the maximum date. Let me go. How do you get the minimum date? You need to click on this and click on the sorting. Where is the sorting is available? Sorting is available in this, right? Have you seen? So this is the step number one. Step number one, this is where you need to sort the date. Let me go and show you. Click on this. Click on sorting A to Z. A to Z means sorting ascending. So I click on this. It is going to be sorting the data. The minimum value is this value. So what is the minimum value? The first value is the minimum value. You can understand 01 July and 005 is the minimum value. Let me write. What is the minimum value in this? 01, 07 and 2005. What is the maximum value? That is also I wanted to make a note of this. Sorting is happening. I click on this. Sorting ascending, sorting descending. I will change it. So when I do sorting descending, highest value will come. Highest value is 31 July 2008. So this is the highest value. Let me write. So 31 July and 2008. This is the data I have it. Now I remove the sorting. I remove the sorting. I go click on the filter. I wanted to get is earliest. Is earliest means it is going to be giving you minimum date. What is the minimum date I told you? Minimum date is this. Okay. So 01 July 2005. In this date, how many people have purchased the amount? So let me show you. This is the minimum date. So that is what is called is earliest. So what is the latest? Let me go and remove, and I want to go and say latest. Latest means maximum date. What is the maximum date? I told you maximum date is this date. So 31st July 2008. Now you see, these many people have ordered on the 31st date. Have you seen this? So it is the latest means maximum date. Earliest means small date or minimum date. So this is only this date it got selected. Let me remove. So that is what is the earliest. So now the next one is not earliest. What is the meaning? It does not equals to minimum date. Is not latest means it is not does not equals to maximum date. So does not equals to this date. It does not equals to this date. So remaining dates will be given to you. So that is the meaning of is not earliest, is not latest. Now if you need some year, next year data, this year data, last year data, year to date data, quarter, this quarter, first quarter, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, then a month. So next month data and this month data, January data, like that. You have whatever data you wanted to filter. This week data, next week day and hour, this minute, that minute, this hour, that hour, second. You can also have your custom filters. Custom filters means multiple columns you can have. Order date column you can have, freight amount you can have, like that different columns you can have. So filterings are very simple, and the complicated one only date filters. Okay, so you need to know before, after, in between. So is earliest means minimum, is latest means maximum, is not earliest means does not equals to minimum, does not equals to maximum. That's it. Clear? So is in the previous last 30 days, is in the next 2 days or next 2 weeks, is latest, is earliest. We have discussed. So you can also write multiple condition, gender equals to F, and one column is gender, second column is region. Like that you can go to advanced. Within the advanced, again you have a basic and you have to go for advanced, and you will be able to get and multiple columns also you can have, and you should be able to perform these operations. Am I clear? And filters are not very complex. You will be able to perform these operations. As of now, we spoken about the Power Query introduction, some different UI options, user interface options, where are what are the items you have and where to click for what, and data types we discussed, filters we discussed, and tomorrow we'll go discuss some more things. And Power Query is very easy. You should not be worried at all. Thank you guys. You have to practice once and leave it, but more and more practice for SQL Server has to be given. And remember, you need to make a plan. The other day I have discussed about the plan. Create one Excel sheet like that, and always you have to follow the plan.